Hello, my name is Abigail Myers, and I will be presenting The Help. First, I'd like to give a little bit of background on the reason why I created this. A little bit about my personal story surrounded by The Help is that I feel as a woman, and even men experience this as well, that oftentimes in public, that if I feel unsafe, that I won't have the opportunity to be able to dial 911 or find some other way of contacting emergency services in enough time to feel safe and and be saved. And so I created something to be able to try to fix this problem, and I really think that people often feel this way, and it's a frustration for many, and that there's so many steps in order to feel safe and when they are in an unsafe situation. The problem that occurs in many cases when women and men feel unsafe is because they're not able to reach authorities in enough time, like I said. When women and men of various ages, it could be young and it can be older, like it doesn't necessarily matter, but a lot of times there's times when you feel unsafe and there's no way to contact anyone except something that would take too much time. And according to an article on YouGov, 61% of women regularly take precautions to avoid being sexually assaulted. This is So the competitors of this product would be things like dialing 911 manually, which is a very common thing that we learn from like the age of 4 or 5, or any age that you can comprehend how to contact someone if there's something wrong. 4 and 5 might be a little young, but it just depends on your child or whoever you're talking to. But this is the traditional way of contacting emergency services. And now, in no way am I saying that this is wrong or a bad thing, but I do think that there are a lot of steps that it takes to talk to the person on the phone and to dial the number and all these things, tell them where they are, and all of the things alike. And then also there are things like what we have on the UCF campus, the blue lights, that if you walk up to them, you can contact authorities there, and they know where you are because of that. And those are helpful as well, but those unfortunately are not everywhere. And sometimes you won't have enough time to get to those places in order to use them the way that they are intended. So my solution for this problem would be called The Help. So there are two parts to this. The first is the app. So yes, it's on the phone like calling 911 would be, and you would use those in a way. So it's an app that would have your location constantly, and you would fill out simple information when you get the app itself. And this will help in situations when you're on your phone and you feel unsafe, and you're like most people nowadays, we're always on our phones. Like it's just a common occurrence. But this will eliminate the steps of dialing 911, talking to an operator, all of those things, by simply opening your app and clicking a button that will notify authorities immediately of where you are. And that way you don't have to talk to someone on the phone, explain the situation or where you are and things like that. And then the second part would be part of the app in a way. It would be obviously owned by the same company, but it's something that you would wear, like a watch, like I have it on a smartwatch, like things like this. And it wouldn't be this expensive. Hopefully it would be something that is more tangible for people to have, that you could give your kids and things like that, purely for the reason of this safety. So this would do the same thing essentially as the app, like pressing a button on the watch that will notify authorities of where you are, because it would and immediately access them, and that will help eliminate having to have your phone on you or pull your phone out of your bag if it's not on you in your hands already, and things like that. So if something happens, you can press the button on your watch and immediately be contacting authorities of where you are. Now, this is in competitiveness with like devices on campus and things like that I said, like, and things around in public that may be similar to what we have at UCF. And those, like I mentioned earlier, are great things to have, but they're not always the best, because you'd have to get to those places, and you're not always able to do that. And unfortunately, in unsafe situations, you can only stay where you are. So my hope for this product is that when women and men a sense of more safety in dangerous situations, and it will create a more sufficient way to find help, and lives could be saved. Thank you.